Premier Dr. Deolando Smith stated that the BVI wants to be more than just consulted with matters relating to the UK leaving the EU. He said BVI wants to be directly involved in the negotiations concerning overseas territories. In a written statement titled "The BVI Initial Considerations on Britain's Decision to Leave the European Union," Premier Smith stated that his government respects the democratic decision of the British people, but assured the public that there will be no immediate changes to the UK and BVI's existing arrangements with the EU. He said this is because the UK, under its EU treaty obligations, must negotiate its withdrawal, a process which will take at least 2 years after the UK government advises the EU formally of its intention to leave the bloc. Premier Smith also affirmed that government will be working with other overseas territories to make the case to the UK government that the overseas territories should be directly involved in Britain's negotiations with the EU. Premier Smith said he spoke with Minister James Duddridge, who has responsibility for the overseas territories, who assured him that UK's exit negotiations would take into account the interest of the OTs. But Premier Smith said he reiterated to Minister James Duddridge that the BVI and other overseas territories must be engaged in the discussions. The Premier said, "Let me be clear, we want to be more than consulted."